With QGIS, have you ever wanted to have multiple records, multiple observations for a single point? Well, that's what I've set up here using a GeoPackage, and I'm going to show you how to do exactly that. Notice that for point 1, we have 3 observations, and for point 2, we have 2 observations. This is the power of using a GeoPackage, which is a database. Let's get started and show you how to do this. Welcome to Open Source Options, where we talk about open source geospatial. Today we're going to talk about GeoPackages and databases and how they can improve your data representations and data collections. I'm going to start out by making a brand new QGIS project, getting rid of everything here. And next, we're going to create an empty GeoPackage. So let's go to Layer, Create Layer, New GeoPackage Layer. And I'm going to give this a file name. I'm going to do it in downloads, and we'll call this just YouTube test, and I'll say save. Now I'm going to add a table. I'm going to add a points table. So we'll call this points. This will be our point geometries. Give it a point geometry type. We'll leave the CRS as the default, as WGS84. We're going to make a new field, and we're going to call this point ID. And we'll make it text, a string, and we'll add it to the fields list. And now let's go ahead and just say OK to create this. All right, we have this points layer. Let's pull in some context so we can add some points. We'll go to our browser. Let's shrink this down. Let's just add in OpenStreetMap. I'm going to zoom in to a location somewhere. Let's take a look. Let's just come in and take a look at here. It looks like we've got a bridge and a trail in this location. And maybe what we want to do is in this little parking lot here, or in these parking lots, you want to represent how many cars are in these parking lots on a given day. All right, super simple to do. We also want to show that spatially. So the way we can do this is we're going to create 3 points, one for each of these 3 parking lots. So let's go ahead and go back to our layers. Let's edit our points layer. So I'll just edit. I will add point features, and I'll add one here. My point ID is going to call it lot 1. Okay, add one here. I'm going to call this lot 2. And we're going to call this lot 3. All right, now let's drag this up so we can see those points. There they are. Let's just style these real quick so they're much easier to see. Make them red, and we will make them larger. Okay, and then we'll save our edits and we'll stop editing. Okay, so now we have these points. We want to have repeated observations at these points though. So the way we do that is let's go into our browser. Let's go find that GeoPackage we just created. I named mine YouTube test, so it's going to be down here a little ways. Right here. I want to create a new table, so I'll right click and new table. And I'm going to call this table name, we'll call points info. Now we'll add a field. We need to make sure we have a point ID field here to link the 2 tables together. And this needs to be the same type, which needs to be a string as the point ID we're using in on our points file. Okay, so let's add that. The next thing we need is the date an observation occurs. So we'll add another field. We'll call this field date, maybe date time in case we have multiple observations the same day. So we can come down here and we can give this a date and time type. And then we need a count for the vehicles. So vehicle count, and it can be an integer. And now we can click OK to save this table. Right, so we click OK. This table is now in our GeoPackage, and now let's bring it back into our map. So we have points info here. If we open this, we see there's no information there yet. If we open our points, we can see we have those 3 points, which are lot 1, lot 2, and lot 3. Okay, the next thing we need to do is set up a relationship between points and point info so those two are linked together automatically. To do that, we go to Project, we go to Properties, and on the left side, if you see these tabs, there's a tab called Relations. We want to go to Relations. And then we're going to come to the bottom and click Add Relation. We can leave the ID field blank. We're going to give it a name, so we can call it points to points info. And then we have our relationship strength. And the relationship strength determines what happens if a feature is deleted. So if we have association, if we delete one of our point features, nothing will happen to points info. If we have this as composition and we delete a point, the info related to that point and points info will also be deleted. You can do whatever's going to be best for your situation. I'm just going to leave this as an association for now. Next, we need to set up the references. And you can have multiple references if needed. We're just going to need these 2 references. We need to do the referenced parent, which is points. The referencing child is points info. The field is going to be point ID, and the referencing child field is going to be point ID. Okay, and now we can click OK, and this will set up that relation here. Okay, so let's go ahead and say OK. Now everything in here is set up. Now there are 2 ways to add observations. So one is when you create a new feature, we'll have an option to add those observations, and 2 is for existing features, we can add observations. I want to show you how to do this first if we're to add a brand new point. So I'll zoom out. There's a parking lot over here. Let's go to our points. Let's edit it. Let's make a new feature at this parking lot. And let's call this point ID, we'll call it lot 4. Okay, so now notice how we have some more information here. We have this points to points info tab open here. And if we click edit here, we can go here and we can add a child feature. And notice how we have point ID is lot 4. We can click the drop down to select a date and time. So maybe this observation occurred on April 8th, and I can change the time to, like 8 a.m. And the variable count can be 5 vehicles. And I'll say OK. Now I can add another feature. And the date time, maybe this is going to be April 8th again, but we're going to be, 2:41 p.m. and the vehicle count is going to be 17. We can say, okay, and let's add one more here, and let's click the drop down for a date time. Let's go on the 22nd. Let's say this one's at 8 a.m. and there was just one vehicle there. Say, okay. And then we can say, okay here, and all those features have been added. We can save our edits, stop editing, and let's go take a look at points info. Notice how points info also has the edit symbol next to it. Save the edits there, turn it off, and let's open that attribute table. So when we open this, you can see we now have 3 entries, lot 4, lot 4, lot 4. We have the different times we put in, and we have the vehicle counts at those times. Perfect. Okay, so now let's show how we can do this for a point that already exists. We can go to our points, we can click on toggle editing, and we want to open the attribute table so we can find the feature we're interested in. So let's open the attribute table. We're editing here. Let's select lot 1, which is this lot right here. And if we click switch to form view down in the bottom right corner here, it will bring up the form. And now you can see we have this points to points info. And we can click on the edit and we can add a feature. We have our point ID, which is lot 1. We can select a date and time. Let's say this was April 9th at 10 a.m. and the vehicle count was 12. Okay, and now we can add another feature, and let's select date and time. We'll say the 16th at 2300 hours, and the vehicle count was 2. And we'll say okay. Now we can save those edits, and we can go back to our table view. We can select a new feature here, and we can again, which is this slot right over here, we can go back to our form view, and now we can come in and add a feature and select a date and time and give our vehicle count and say okay. And we can save those edits. We can click on lot 3. And if we're not sure what it is, we can go back to our table view, select lot 3, go back to our form view, make sure lot 3 is selected here, and add a feature and give it a date and time. Say this is right at midnight and there are 0 vehicles there. Okay, and now we can save those edits. We can close out of this table. We can turn off editing. We can come back to our points info. We can open the attribute table. We can turn off editing here, go to our table view, and we can see that all that information that we put for those points is now available for each of those locations. So that's how you can easily have multiple observations at the same location without having multiple features there, because these are all the same features. The feature never changes. It's the information at a different time. And that's how we can set all of this up with QGIS. I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below, and I'll be happy to try to address those. Thanks for watching.